Hello everyone, I'm back again with a brand new application, a Twitter clone. Now, we have been getting a lot of subscribers lately, so please, if you're watching this video for the first time, please join the group. Please click on the like button, it really helps the channel grow. Click on subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. We share many latest projects here. NextJS, ReactJS, just awesome projects, so please make sure you subscribe. Now let's take a look at this Twitter application. Now we can see here we are logged in. We have our items over here, we have our tweets over here, we have news over here, and we have other followers over here. We can see the comments. We can like a comment. As you can see, as I've liked the comment, it has added one to it. We can make comments on a post, the user's post. So we come here, we can tweet on this post saying awesome post and reply. So you can see the number of the comments increases to 6, and we can see our post just here, awesome post. We are also logged in. We can log out by clicking on our name and our image, and we'll be logged out of the application. Now that we're logged out, if you go back to the main page, we can see all the posts by other users, and we cannot like. It will tell us to please sign in with Google. If not, we'll not be able to like any post. Now once you sign in, you'll be redirected back to the main page, and you'll be able to see your username. You'll be able to see your Google image here as your profile picture, and we can also make posts as users. We can click on this image here, we can select an image. See, I have one of Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter right now. You can see the image here. We can cancel it if we don't like this image, you can see, and then we can select another image again. We're still going to select Elon Musk. We'll select it and then open, and then we can now type something. Owner of Twitter, and we can tweet. And as we can see, once we click on it, you can see that effects there showing us this is loading, and then boom, it is part of our feed. Now we can like this, and we can also comment saying he is awesome. So just say he is awesome. We can reply, and you can see our reply here. We can see our username here, and we can see the time that we posted this a few seconds ago. We can go back to the main page, and we can see all the posts we've posted. Spider-Man, of course, Miles Morales. Go watch it in cinemas right now. So you can see this application is very neat. It works with Firebase, it works with NextJS, and we're going to be creating from scratch. So let's get to it. Okay, let's get started. We're going to go to NextJS. Come over to the website we want to get started, and we want to use where is that code? Installation. Okay, we want to use npx create react app latest. Copy this, come to our folder, terminal, and we're going to say dot here, Twitter clone. Would you like to use TypeScript? No, yes, no, app router, no, but I say yes at. Okay, while this is installing, I want us to go over some of the packages we're going to be using in this first part of the video. So we're going to need hero icons. We're also going to need Tailwind forms. Okay, so our NextJS app has been installed fully with TailwindCss. We also want to install heroes icon and Tailwind forms. So let's go to that. So we'll copy this, paste it here. Also come here and copy this and paste it here. So now we go to our public folder. Okay, no, our pages folder. We also want to npm run dev this localhost 3000. Close. Okay, our server has started, and we want to come to our index here. I want to get rid of all this not necessary. So our server has properly started, and I'm still having problems navigating to it, but I'm sure it will come up. Okay, so in our index.js, you want to use head. Okay, let's put a div. Then we're going to say head. We're going to say title, Twitter clone. Okay. And then we're going to say link. Style sheets, ref, save icon dot ICO. Okay, so down here we're going to say main class name. This is going to be our container, flex, minimum height screen, and MX auto. So the first part of our application is going to be the sidebar, which is going to be here. And we're going to have the feed. And we're also going to have the widgets. And we're going to have model. Okay, so the first thing is first, sidebar, create a new component folder. You know the drill. Create a new file here. Sidebar.js. Okay, in our sidebar.js, we're going to import a few things. We're going to import image from Next. We're going to import home icon. At hero icons React solid. We're also going to import some few icons as the bell icon. We're going to need the bookmark icon. We're going to need the clipboard icon. We're going to need the dots, circle, horizontal icon. We're going to need the dots, horizontal icon, not dot circle, dots, just dot horizontal icon. We're also going to need the hash tag icon, inbox icon, user icon, and we're importing all this from heroes React outline. Okay, so we've done most of our import that we're going to use. Let's get to work. Default function sidebar. Okay, div class name. We want this to be hidden unless it is greater than the small in small view we want it to show, but on a normal occasion we want it to be hidden. So say flex colon p2 excel items star. We want this to be fixed, and excel L24. So here we're going to put the Twitter icon. Sorry, the Twitter logo. For effects, P6, P0 over BG blue 100 Excel PX1. Okay, so this hover effect, we are going to create that styling by ourselves. We're going to go to our styles, over the CSS, remove all of this, and say add layer, components, when it's being hovered, we want gray 200 rounded full. Want a width of 52 px. Okay, height 52 px. Excel height auto, and Excel. Okay, so now this will get implemented in this our div here, in this hover effect here. So once we close this, we're going to say image, and here we're going to be using the Twitter logo. So the source is going to be a Twitter logo that we got. And now that we're using this link, let's save this and connect it to our index file so we can preview it. Okay, so let's refresh this. Okay, showing us an error. Is saying solid is not exported from package what the React icon. Hero icon React. Okay, so some of the issues I have with Hero's icon is that we need to import, I think, the version 2 before this will work. Well, let me check our code. Our hero icon. Icons React solid. So what we're going to do, what it's saying is that it's not imported. So let's go back and search React. No, hero icon. Version 2. Okay, let's come here. Okay, so my internet is slow, so let's just keep an eye on that while we continue coding this website for the meantime. So we have our source over here, and we need to create our menu section. Okay, this has finally decided to load. Please leave a like on this video so that I can get better internet, please. Okay, so let's just leave that because it's not looking like it's going to load anytime soon. let's just continue coding this. So here we're going to have a div class name of margin top 4, we margin bottom 2.5, Excel items start. Okay, so now we're going to use the icons that we have. I'm just going to paste that here because it's very long and I don't think we need me to be writing that one after the other. So as you can see here, sidebar menu item. So we're going to create this component now. So first of all, we're going to come to our components and create sidebar menu item. Let's choose. Okay, so with that, so here we're just going to say RFC. Delete this because we don't need this. And what do we get into our sidebar menu items? Let's check our sidebar. We get a text and an icon. So come back to our sidebar. I also get an active tag. So we're going to come back here. We'll come here. I say active tag, active prop. So here we're going to get all that, like text, icon, and active. So in our div here, we're going to say class name, and we're going to say hover effect flex items center. So it looks like our internet is not doing well, so I'm going to restart it while we continue our code. Okay, so while that is restarting, let's continue what we're doing. So hover effect flex item center, we're also going to have text gray 700, justify center, Excel justify, Excel justify style, text LG space X3. Now in here, once the icon, class name, just a height of 7. So here we want to create a condition. We want to say if active it should be font bold and hidden, and if it's extra large, inline. Okay, so here text. So that's all for our sidebar menu. So over here, our internet is back and it's much better. So documentation, no, this is not the documentation I need. I just want us to run the. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to come to our terminal, control stop this. We're going to say npm install at hero icons / react at version 1. Okay, so this should clear the error for us. Okay, so it's saying can't resolve heroes icon react solid again. Why? Import choose replace model. Let's refresh. So you're seeing this import home icon is the issue. You can't find the solid apparently. Let's go back. So here, did we spell it correctly? We spelled it correctly. From at hero icons react. Okay, we didn't spell the solid correctly. So you see, that was the issue. Sometimes we can make mistakes. So let's refresh this. Okay, here it says head not defined. So we go back to our index here. We come here, we say control space if you are using Mac. Yeah. Nothing is happening. So let's just import it ourselves. Import head from next head. Okay, let's refresh this. Sidebar menu item is not defined. So let's go to our sidebar. Close this. Control space. Import sidebar. Invalid source props. We were supposed to add this is not configured in our next config.js. So we want to copy this. Copy. They want to go to our next.config here, and here we want to say images, domains, why is my apostrophe not working? Okay, and paste this, and then we want to restart this because every time you change something the NextJS config file, you have to restart your application. So now we want to refresh. Our application is still loading. Okay. All right, so as you can see, our sidebar menu items is looking neat. And just close this. You can see it only shows for a screen larger than small size, which is what we want. Okay, so good. Our application is working as it should. So we're done with our sidebar menu items. We're not really done with our sidebar. We have posted our sidebar menu items. Now we need to also create a button. So here we're going to say command button. We're going to say button class name bg blue 400 text white rounded full with 56 12 font bold shadow empty over brightness 95 and text large hidden but on bigger screens inline. This is just standard TailwindCss. So here we'll say tweets, and then we're going to add a mini profile down here. Say mini profile. Let's look at this. So in a much larger screen, you see our tweets here. Okay. So in our mini profile, I'll say div class name over effect. Okay, that's that for our image. Last name, height 10, width 10, rounded 2, Excel, margin right 2. So margin right 2. Then here, do we want to say? Okay, no. This is not what we're supposed to use. We're supposed to use div. We're supposed to use leading 5, heading, Excel inline, H4, class name, font bold, smart Jeremy. Please subscribe to his channel. And here we're going to say p tag, class name, text, gray, 500 at NinjaCoder. And here we're going to say dots, horizontal icon, or class name, height of 5, Excel 8 heading, Excel inline. Okay, so let's look at this. So if you, as you can see me here, does increase this a bit, and you can see the information here, the dotted line here, smart Jeremy at NinjaCoder. So let's create the feed section, this feed section. So when we go back to our code in our index, we've done this sidebar. Now we need to create the feed. So go back to our components and we'll create a new file, feed.js. So in our feed.js, we're going to do some imports. Import Spark cruise icon from as hero icons, React outline. Also going to import inputs. We have to create this file first, so let's just hold on for that. Yeah, we're going to say export default function, feed. Export default feed. And now we're going to create some dummy data that we're going to use for our post, like we did in our Instagram application. So this is just some dummy data. So okay, here ID to small, just different things to use for our feed section. So here we're going to return. Okay, so div class name, Q70px. Okay, why don't I just copy some of this for you so we can move faster, because this is not a TailwindCss video, it is more for how to create the application video. So we're going to use this class name, some of this styles. Then we're also going to create another div, class name, and we're going to put some of this in it. Okay, Let's look at that. We need to add it to this. Let's add it to this so we can see it live. Okay, so now that we've done this first div, we're going to create h2 tag, a class name, and in that class name we're going to say text lg, text XL, font should be bold, cursor pointer home. Okay, so now that we've created that, we should see our home icon here. Okay, that's looking nice. Then we added the sparkles icon. Then we want to add this a div class name cover effects and the sparkles icon is a height of 5, so we can see it here. So these are all wrapped in the flex. Okay, so now we want to show the post. We want to echo the post. We want to display the post to the users. So we say post.map post and we're going to say, okay, we need to create a new component post to help us post to display this information. So we're going to go to post, we're going to say RFC and post. Then we're going to add some imports. We're just going to import chat bar icon and all these icons from heroes icon. So there, we're going to return. Come to our return here. I'm going to say class name. I'm going to say flex padding of 3, cursor pointer. Let me just add these remaining classes. Okay, so now that we've created this first div, we are going to display the user's image. I'm going to say image tag, class name, height of 11, width of 11, rounded 4, and margin right should be 4. Okay, so we have our source. Now we need to get posts from data from here. So we're getting post data from here, and we're going to use from that post data to be source post.user image. How are we getting this? We're simply getting it from our feed over here. So now that we've created the post, let's just import that and say post. Yes, post key. We're going to use a key. Say post.id, which is this ID here, and we're going to pass the entire data as post. Now that we've passed the entire data as post, when we come to our post file, that's where we can now say post.user image and get the user's image. We'll say alt user image, and this user image here, and we can say the right side div class name, for the header. I will say div class name, flex item center, justify between. Okay, so here we're saying post user info, and we're saying div and we're saying h4 tag or class name or font bold, text 15 pixels, text when it's small, in a small screen, it should be 16 pixels. Then hover when it's being hovered on the line. Then here we're saying post.name. So after this, let's look at it. So you can see the post. We have 1 and we have 2. We're showing the user's image and we've shown the user's name. Now we need to show the user's username. So now we go to span. We create a span. Or class name. Span with the class name. Text small text 15 pixels. At close.user name. It's another span. We'll take class name, take small, (15 pixels) over underline, and then here we can say post.time stamp. Okay, so now that we've created that, as you can see, I just got that 2 days ago, 4 hours ago. So now that we've done the timestamp, we need to create some dot icon. So here we can say dots icon, and you can say dots horizontal, class name h10 over effects, weight of 10 over BG sky 100 over text sky 500, padding of 2. Okay, so now we want to post the text, like the caption. You can see dots we just created. So we want to say padding class name, padding class name, text gray 800, text 15px, text 16px at the bottom 2. Okay, so here we want to say post image. So the image of the post, say image class name, that would just be 2XL, and margin right 2. The source equals to post.image alt equals to nothing. Okay, so here we're going to have some icons. I'm just going to paste this because there's no logic in it. Just paste that, and we're going to import all those icons. Are we importing icons at all? Okay, we've already imported all the icons. Chat by icon. Okay, so let's look at our code. As you can see, the icons, these are all the icons we posted. Nice setup with the image, the name, and the username, and the time it was posted. So you can see this all looks clean. So now we're going to work on this other side. So when we go to our index.js, we can see widgets. So we have to create a new component called widgets.js. Okay, so here we're going to say RFC. Okay, and we're just going to import some settings, but rather we'll just leave that for now. Now in this widgets, we're going to show, let's just get started with this. I'll just say we're going to use some class names here. Let me just copy and paste that, save us time. Create another div. Create another div. And now I'm going to use the search icon. It's not importing this. Let's just import it ourselves. Hero icons / React. Okay, so search icon, I'm going to say class name, C index 50. Alright, so in our, I just remembered something. In our feeds, did we use the inputs? No, we did not use the inputs. Let's go back to our feeds. So we're to create a file here, input.js IRC. Okay, so we were to create this. I totally forgot. Imports, because in our Twitter clone we need where we're going to post all of this, where the user can post to post his own post. So we're going to import emoji happy icon, photograph icon. Get all this from heroes icons React outline. Okay, so when we're returning here, saying class name, let's just paste that. Okay, so we need an image here, which is my own personal image of the user, but we're just using all this for now. We'll change them up later on. Source, alt equals to user image, class name, okay, that image is okay. Now we're creating a new div. The width should be full. Divide y, divide gray, 200. I think the next time we create an application, I will just put in a starting project that has all the styles so that we can only code the logic. I think that would be much better. Let me know in the comments what you think. So class name. So here we're going to say rules of 2. Placeholder. What's happening? Okay. Asking the user what's happening. She posts it. Then we're going to create another div here. Item center. Justify between. Padding top 2.5. Okay, here we're just going to post this. So this is our photography icon, emoji happy icon. We have a button with just some styling. So here in our feeds, above this, we're going to post, say, inputs. Let me see how that looks. All right, so you can see photography icon, happy icon, button, and just our text area. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we want to go back to what we're coding, which is our widgets. So here we have a search icon, and we still have on the same input icon that shows us save. Okay, so our input icon here, search Twitter, it's a search bar. So let me put this widget here so we can see what's going on. Okay, we're not seeing anything for now. Widgets. So while we're not seeing anything hidden in the line, this only from our loading screen. Okay, so we're not seeing our widgets. Because we're not getting anything inside. Okay, so our widgets is down here, but it needs to come back up here. So let's look at our index. Our feed is okay, our widget is okay. Okay, let's finish our styling for our widget and see how it will look. Excel hidden line space sticky top 0 visual white. Now let's refresh our application and see what happens. Okay, I think part of the issue is from our feed section. Let's go to our feed. Okay, so this bottom here, let's continue coding. Now before we continue, we are going to use get server-side props to fetch some data. So let's come down here in our index. Once the page is loaded, say export async function gets my side. So let's say constant news results equals to our weight fetch. Let me show you where we're fetching this data from. Hold on. So this is the link we're using, and Sorrel Tech News API. So this contains a lot of latest news that we can display on our Twitter application. So we're going to fetch all that information. From here. Dot then. There's JSON. Then the random follow section. Random users results. Await. Fetch. Okay, we're going to be fetching. Okay, so we're going to be fetching that information from here. Random user.me. These are just API links that we use to fetch information. The dots. Then the response. Okay, so now we're going to return props news results random users results. Okay, so once we get that information, we're going to come here and news results. Random user results. Okay, so once we get that information, we're going to pass it on to our widgets. News results. News results dot rt. Okay, so random user results. Okay, random user results. So our widgets is looking good. So now we need to go to our widgets and fully customize this. So come back to our widgets. So now that we've done our search Twitter, so here we're going to create a new div. And I just went right ahead and just copy that. So div, this is our styling, h4 tag, this is our styling, and inside here we're going to put what's happening. Okay, so now that we've done that, the news results that we get, we want to fetch that from here. We want to say news results and the random user results. So here we're going to use state to select what's the number of articles we want to show, what's the number of random users we want to show, which set that has 3. So we're going to say constant article. I forgot how to spell article. No. Set article no equals to use state 3 constant random user set random user new state also to 3. So when we come down here where we're showing what's happening, here we're going to say news results dot slice 0 to the article number, which is 3, because we just want to show 3 the first 3 articles from the array that we have. So when we say this, we're going to map through that data. Article. Okay. Then here we're going to say news, and we have to create that component which is going to display the news. User chips. Okay, so now that we're in NextJS RFC, what information are we getting from this? Has a prop, just getting the article. Okay, so here we're returning. I'm just going to get all of this. Here we're going to say a tag, the article URL, so that the user can click this and go to the URL of the article. And we're going to show the article source name and the image that we get from the article here. So that's just what we're going to do in this news widget here. So we'll go back to our widgets, and here we can now say news import that, say key equals to article. How do I spell the article again? Article. Okay. Article dot title. So we're going to use our key. Then we're going to pass in the article. Okay. So now that we've done that, we're going to create a button here. Let's say on click. Just create this button. We're going to say show more. Now, if the user wants to see more articles other than just these 3 that we've shown the user, we can say on click, create a function. So I can set the article number. How did I name spell this thing? Okay. So he can now set the article number to be article plus 3. So now when the user clicks on see more, he can increase the article count by 3. So I can see if at first he sees 3, he can then see 6, then 9, and so on and so forth. So we also want to style this button a bit. Here, see class theme, text blue 300 4 PB3 over text blue 400. Okay, show more. All right, so keep making this. All right, so article, just article. News results, slice, news results. What's the problem here? News results, news results. If we go back to our index, you pass this way, you see root.articles. So let's refresh this. So here we can see we're getting it. If we click on see more, set article none. Article is not defined. How come? Now widgets article. Okay, article num. Okay, so you can see the more you click, the more you get to see. Don't worry, we'll style this in a minute. Just let's work with this for now. So now that we've shown the CMOS is working, we want to do the same thing, but this time around for the random users. So here, so it's space, and I'm just going to copy this. Okay, so here we're going to say random users results dot slice, same thing, 0 random user. No. I'm going to map treat. Here, I'm just going to display this. Okay, so we're mapping through a div with a key random user.login.username, the image, the random user.picture.thumbnail, the random user.login.username is first and last name, and we're just saying this button to follow. So what is our issue? We're saying random users results is not defined. Random users. Random. In our index, how did you pass this? Random users. All right. So what is our issue now? So random users.slice is not a function. Let's refresh this. It's saying random users.slice is not a function. So how come? Random users results. Let's copy this. Go to our widgets. Random users results. Let's come here. It may be the spelling. And our slice is correct. Random user num. Okay. So let's check this again. Still saying the same thing. Let's go back. But let's restart this application. Okay, our application has restarted. Let's check our API calls to make sure that they're successful. Okay, over here in our API calls, okay, so let's check. This is the same random users results is not function. Okay, so we've restarted our application and boom. So we just had to restart our application and it fixed itself. All right, so we can see on this side our news and who to follow. If we click on show more, we can see more users. If we click here on show more, we can see more info. If we click on that, we are taken to the article. if we reduce this, you can see clean and nice. And if we increase it, it's also clean and nice. All right, so now we're going to install. We're just going to install Firebase into our React application. I'm going to kill the terminal. So we're going to say npm install Firebase. And while this is setting up, we're going to go to Firebase. We're going to go to get started. I hope my internet is not slow today. I don't feel slow today, so. All right, so we're going to create a new Firebase application. We're going to create a new one. We're going to name it Twitter. So, Twitter Pro. While also doing this, we're going to set up Google Client for our next Auth. Same with this. I that's great. I'm going to come to Google. Okay, this is not where we want to go to. So where you're creating, here it is still installing. What happened? So something happened here. Let's try it again and see. Okay, so we're in our cloud, Google Cloud here. So we're going to go to console. We're going to start this process again. But this time, let us install data like this. Come on, move. So this is finishing up. So you're saying you're working on Jumia version 1. This was for our Jumia projects that we just recently uploaded. We don't want to work on that. We want to start a new one, and we want to pick this Firebase project. That's why we want this to finish up first. That's why I want this to finish up first, so we can see it here. Okay, we already have Twitter clone here. We want to pick this Twitter version 1 because that's the one that is currently being created. Let us select this one. So on Twitter version 1, this is still finishing up. Okay, so on Twitter version 1 now. All right, So we're going to come to APIs and services. We're going to go to credentials. Operation has failed using object progress event. This thing is it's not working out. All Firebase projects. Click on this one. Okay, since it has already created here. Alright, so our credentials, these are credentials here for our Google Cloud. We will set this up. Our Firebase is still installing. Let's check out next Auth. This next Auth here. So while this Firebase is still installing, let us connect this our application to this settings. So here it's saying there are no apps in your project. So we want to connect a web-based application. So here we can give a nickname of Twitter version 2 register application. Here started. What's going on here? This is not installing fast enough, but we're just going to leave it and keep on working while it's installing. Configure consent screen. Let's take a look at that. This is still loading. How do you put version 1? External supported email, just with this one. App logo, no app logo. EO1 and EO. Okay, so this is how we can install NextJS to our application. Over here, this thing is still loading, so slow. So this is how we can connect the Firebase to our next application. You can see our API key, Auth, project ID, everything is already here. So we're going to come back here. We're just going to close that for now. Download this, and in this main place here, we're going to create a new file called Firebase.x. Okay, so here we're just going to get some setups. I'm going to use the initialize app, get Firestore, and get storage. Then we're going to come here and copy this, because these are all our API keys. Okay, then we want to copy some of this our code here. All right, so our Firebase.js is completed, and our Firebase has also been installed. Awesome. So let's also install this next box. Okay, paste this and install it. So while it's installing, let's just do what that means. So while that is working, we also need to, as you know, NextJS works from this API route here. So inside our API, we need to create a folder named Auth, and then create a file. So .next.js. This.js. All right, perfect. So here we're just going to copy what we are supposed to use. And here we're just using exporting our providers, which is we're going to be using the Google provider, and that's just basically what we're going to be using. So our next Auth is set up, our Firebase is set up. We'll see how our next Auth has been installed. There this. Okay, and over here we have our credentials for our Google Auth. We'll be working on this shortly. Okay, so let's complete our sign up page where we want users to be able to sign up. This Firebase keys, as you know, you can put this in environmental variables. I may put that in environmental variables later on, or I may not put that. We'll see how it goes. In our next auth here, we need to add our pages that will have access to the signing. So in the signing, we want it to be done in the auth first sign in page. Okay, so now we need to work on our sign-in page. So we're going to come to our pages and we're going to create a new folder called auth. And in this folder, we're going to create a new file called signing.js. Okay, so here we're going to import our providers. And then we're going to import signing from NextJS. Okay. So we're going to export default function signing. Passing the providers. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to create an async function where we're going to be passing on a prop into the signing, the provider's prop. So here we're going to say export async function get server-side props. I'm going to say constants providers is equals to await get providers. Then we're going to pass it as a prop. We're going to return this. We're going to say props. I'm going to just say providers. Okay. So now that we did that, we obviously want to show something in our signing page. So we're going to come here. We're going to return. And we're going to say again. Lastly, justify center. Magenta 20 space specs 4. Okay, so here I'm just going to paste some code because there's no logic here. We're just displaying something to the user. And just paste that here. Okay, so over here we're mapping through all our providers that we get. Mapping through our providers that we get, and we're just displaying it to the user. So let's check that out on our Twitter clone. Refresh this. Fetch field, await. Now any custom tema window, continue await. Alright. So let's check out our sign up page. Sign in. Okay, as you can see, this is the login sign up page, and you can sign in with Google. So that's just what we're displaying to the user with our image here, and just this app's created for learning purposes. Alright, so now that we've done that, we will display that. So now we need to get our ID from Google because we don't have our Google ID set up. Okay. So in our sign up page, next auth, here we need to provide Google client and Google client secrets. Over here, we're going to create a new file called .env. Okay, now in .env.local, here. Okay, so we're going to say Google else for ID post 2, then here, and typing it out. Copy this, paste. Okay. Okay, so our client ID and client secrets gotten for our API key here. So we're going to say edit here in our credentials. So here we're going to add this. The domains of your URIs you add below also has your auth screen. Yes, configure consent screen. Is it external already? App logo. In address here. So let's configure this before we can continue. All right, so let's go back to our credentials. Edit this. Okay, so see, this is our client ID here. So let's get this. Let's paste that here. Let's go back. Secrets. Back and paste it here. All right, so we've done that. So that should be okay for now. It may take a while before it starts displaying for the users. So we're just going to leave that for now. So now that we're done with that, we need to work on getting the session and modifying our sidebar and input components. So we're going to go to our components, our inputs, and we're going to get the session. Let's see if it's working already. Do this. Okay. Our details, redirect to URI. Let's copy this. Go back here. Add URI. Here, let's go back. Press. Check back. Okay, this app saved. Sign in with Google. Click on link. And perfect. Our session has been gotten. So our session is working perfectly now. So now we need to come to our inputs. And over here, we're going to import. We're going to import use session. Also sign out. From next Auth React. Okay, so then here we're going to say content data session. Let's say session. We're going to say console log. That's how we can see this data. Yeah, we should save. Alright, so let's come here. Refresh. Okay, use session is right in the session provider. Okay, that's true. So we need to come to our app_app. Let's come to our _app. And over here, click to imports. Session provider. Then we need to page props here and see second page props. Okay, then here is where we need to wrap it in the session provider. Pass in the session. Session. Am I spelling this correctly? Session. Yes. Session. Okay, so we wrapped it in session. Let's go back and refresh the page. This data is not defined. Okay, let's come back. Inputs. Sure. Okay. Let's inspect and see what we have. First, we'll have an object. Okay. So you can see the email, the image, and the user's name. So we've gotten that. All right, so perfect. So now, in our inputs, we're going to remove this. Our flex border, we're going to wrap this in a session. Okay, so here I'm going to come down. Okay, so over here we're going to say if there's a session, if session is true, if there's something in session, we're going to show it's only if there's something in session. Let's do this, copy this, grab this entire thing. Okay, so before. All right. Okay, perfect. So now inside here, we want to say if they click this, they will sign out or click sign out. Then this image that is here, we want it to be the user's image. So we're going to say session start user. So me. Okay, so we're able to make sure that the image that we get is user's image. So as you can see, this is my email image. That's what you'll be able to see. If you click it, you'll be signed out. Beautiful. So you will not be able to post anything unless you're signed in. Let's go back and say Auth. Sign in with Google. Okay, so as you can see, it shows immediately we've signed him back. All right, so let's go back. Alright, so we're done with this. Now in our sidebar, oops. Our sidebar, we also want to import the use session. Sign in and sign out. Okay, from NextJS, that's React. Then down here, we want to get that session. Done. Okay. So our sidebar menu items, we want this to only show if the user is logged in. Okay, so from here, from the bell icon to the more icon. So here we'll say session. Copy this. Okay, right here. So now it's only if you are logged in, you'll be able to see this. Then this tweet button as well. We also want to delete this. I want to make a session, so unless you're signed in, you won't be able to see that. It will also cover this entire mini profile section. So we'll have a button for signing here. Okay, so if the user is signed in, he will be able to tweet and see a mini profile of himself, else he will see a sign in button, which will direct them to sign in. So let's refresh this. Let's click this image to sign out. Let's go that way. Okay, so let's click this image to sign out. So we see we don't see this, we don't see the inputs place again. We only see home and explore, and we see sign in. So here we'll click on sign in. Our sign in code in our next auth. Let's look at that code. Auth/signing. Okay. Why are we seeing only this? Are we seeing only this? Okay, so as you can see, we can now see these things if we are signed in. Now in our next auth, we want to split the names so we can configure what we get from the RP. Just like in our Instagram Pro, we want to configure it so when we get a callback, we can customize the name, the username, to be the when we take the if you get a username like Jeremy Smart, this is what you get. So we want to turn it into something like this. So that's what we're doing here, and then we're making everything to the lowercase, so it'll just be lowercase characters. Okay, so now that we're done with that, okay, Smart Jeremy. Let's go to that main profile again. Sidebar. Here we'll change this. Okay, so in our mini profile here, we need to change this. We want to put our click to be sign out, and then the image here, we need to select this, and it's going to be session the user the new, and then here we're going to get the session dot user dot name, and then over here, if you can remember what we got from our next auth, our username that we get. So we're going to over here say session dot user dot user. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, so sign it again. Okay, let's pick our accounts. And here we can see the username and the name. So everything here is good. So now we're going to work on our inputs so we can be able to upload things to our database. So we're going to come to our inputs. And we're going to import a lot of code. So let's just do that and just copy and paste that. So we're just getting add doc, collection doc, server side stamp, or dig doc from Firebase, and we're getting the download URL. This is to help us upload images and get the URL back. Then we're also going to import useState DB storage because we're going to be using that as well. This is just for our uploading to Firebase. This is just to handle states. So that's just it. So let's come down here after our console. So we're going to be getting our states, our values from the inputs. We're going to say constant inputs. Set inputs cost to use state. Okay, I'm just going to copy this because it's very straightforward. So our selected file, because it's the image, we're going to get image for the user. Then loading is going to show us the loading state and file picker ref. This is just the ref for the image that we pick. So now in our session here, the first thing we're going to touch on is the what's happening here, the text area. So here, what's happening, we're going to see the value, then to be equal to input. Then on change, say event. And set in it. E.target. Okay, so now that we've done that, polybar. Okay, so now we're going to remove all of this, these images, and we're going to replace that. Okay, we're going to close this with a div. So over here, let's go back to the code. Let me explain this. FT. Okay, downside is not corresponding. Div here. Okay. Button. Trying to find out where the issue for that is. I'm going to delete this. Okay, let me just paste it here and explain. All right, so here, if loading is not true, we're going to be displaying this for the user so that the user can select an image. But if it is loading, if loading is set to true, they will not allow the user to be able to change or select any image. Let's refresh this. And like type still. Okay, we have fire picker hidden photograph icon. It's complaining of something. Trying to figure out what it is. Class name. Tweet. Trying to find out where the error is. Okay, I'll just solve this. Okay. Session. All right, so I figured out what the issue was. Let's refresh this. It's giving me error. What will the error be from? Then we get Firebase. We have next Auth, by store, looks like But do we have heroes icon installed? Let me check. Packages. We haven't installed hero icon. That's where our issue is coming from. So let's just go to J and let's kill this terminal. A new terminal. SAMKN hero. Select on. Yes. Alright, so that's done. Trying the server again. Refresh this. Alright. So as you can see, we are okay. Explain this now. And now we can select an image. And the download. Spider-Man. Preview. Cancel. YouTube. Okay. Okay, so over here, this all right, so over here we just create a photograph icon which we hide an input file type behind, and then our emoji icon here, and we have our button here which is disabled if there's nothing in the input, if the user hasn't typed anything. You see, if you don't type anything, the button will be disabled. Then we have our image here. If we show here, if there's a selected icon, and then here we have the X icon that you have over here, which we put at the top of the image here, and we're just simply saying if he clicks this selected file to be none, then this will just go. And then we're having our image here which is displaying the image after the user has selected it. Very, very simple. Now in our send post over here, if it's still loading, if the user selects the button again, if it's loading, it cancels the request because it has to finish loading first. We set loading here to be true. We add the doc to our collection post, which we're going to go and create right now. So I have to come to our Firebase here, cancel this, come to our Firebase Firestore database. We're going to create a database. So we're going to start in test mode. Next, enable. Okay, so we're going to start a collection here. I'm going to name it post. Next, just going to auto ID this. Save. Okay, so in our code, we'll also upload it to our storage. So we need to go and start up our storage. New storage. So let's see, get started. Test mode. Okay. Don't start in production mode. And then edit the rules. Okay, so our storage has started. We're going to edit the rules. So it's saying allowed read write if false. So we're just going to change write string. In the middle. Allow it. I think you set this thing to just be all. Allow read write true. Let me see. Well, let's see how we can give access to everything. So in our rules here for the data, allow writes. Okay. Let's see if we just wait. Well. Alright, I don't know why it's giving us this error, so I'm just going to look at another of my projects to see how I did it there, because like this one is not really showing me anything. I have one project. I'm going to go and check how I customize that one. Story. Okay, let me check the rules here. So if true, right? It's true. Okay. You're just going to copy this. I'm going to implement it here. Missing at evil F. What is this thing saying? Copy this. Now paste it here. Alright, so we pasted new rules. So that should be okay. Just try and post something. Let's post this Fireman picture. So you can see this is an animate effect for it to be loading. So that effect is used. You can see here if it's loading, animates. Oops. All right, so that's it. Let's refresh here. Should be able to see the image here. So see the image we just posted here. Perfect. So now we can post things into the database. Now we want to be also fetching things from the database. All right, so now that we can upload our post to the database, we need to fetch all the database, all the posts in the database, and also display them here. We've configured it to only display certain things if you're signed in. So now we need to display all the posts here in our feed. So we're going to go into our feed over here, and this custom post, we're going to delete this, and we're going to come here, and we're going to import some certain things. Collection use effects, because we're going to use that to fetch the data. From here, and over here we're just creating a use state post, and we're just using use effect to query our collection post order by timestamp descending order, so we can arrange it in a descending order to which when they were posted rather than it being random. So here we set the post to the snapshot.docs. So we're now going to display it so that to the users. Okay. So here we can just display post.map over here. Now let's check this. Right. Our images are not loading. Is there something wrong with instance? Is okay. We passing the post. That should be okay. Let's log out and log in back. Or rather, let's cancel this. It's a new instance. npm1. Okay, so let's refresh this. Okay, so let's sign in. Email account. Okay, we're not seeing our image. Maybe that's just network. Let's try posting something. Paper. Okay, let's go to our inputs. Our X icon. Let's add a border. And let's say empty. Let's say border white or shadow white. And let's say margin 1. Let's look at how that looks. Okay, this is much better. So in our post, over here, we want to go to return and check our image, because our image is not displaying right now. So let's get this post data user image. Let's check our database if it is properly saving. Load. User image. What is this? Seems this is not saving properly. We'll see where this takes us to. Here we're using the image, so it's an image. Yes, there should be user image. And post.name here should be post.data. Okay, sorry. So it should be dates. Sorry, data. That's name. Then our username here should be post.data. That's username. Let's check this. Okay, so we're fetching that correctly. So our timestamp, what are we getting? We're not getting timestamp here. Timestamp. Okay, let's see if this exists. I'm not getting any timestamps. Here, we're getting a timestamp here. So why are we not seeing our timestamp? Timestamp. Date. We're not seeing our timestamp. Okay. What we're going to do in our feed that we're sharing the post, I want us to log. So you see how that data is being fetched. Comes in an array. Okay, so we do get the timestamp, so we should be getting a timestamp here, but it's giving us timestamp value, which is this. Our user image is giving us ID. So we are getting all those information from when we run our code, but it's not displaying here. Okay. Let me see. All right, so we're going to do something. I'm going to kill this terminal. We're going to install something. npm install. We're going to install React Moments. Well, all right, so now we're going to say npm okay, now that we've installed React Moments, we're going to use React Moments in our posts. Okay, we're going to import it. So here going to change it and use React moments to change the way the time format comes. See if we can get what. Can't resolve moments. Food not found. We need to import, install React movement, which is here. So what's the issue? Okay, let's just comment this. We'll probably fix it later down the line. But for now, let's just comment it out. It's giving us error. Alright, so we're just going to ignore that for now. We'll try and fix that later on. So let's just continue with our code. And in our text, post.text here, we're going to change it to data text. I'll just copy this. Then in our image here, okay, so now we can see the image properly and the little text here. The only issue we're having is the timing of this, which we will fix maybe later on in our code. Let's keep going on. So now we're going to add the like functionality to our post so that people can like this. So we're going to go to our post. Over here, we're going to import some certain things. Collection. I'm also going to import the heart icon. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of logic code here. I'm just going to copy that and explain it. Alright, so this is just like the effect we created on our Instagram. So here we're getting the session to know if the user is logged in or not. Here we're getting the likes, the set likes, and here we're getting the has liked and set has liked, if the user has liked it or not, so we can know which heart icon to show, whether it's the heart icon that is filled or the normal one. So if it clicks it, we're able to set it the way we will. Let's go to where the heart icon is. I'm going to take this out. So here, if the user has liked, we're going to show the heart icon that is filled. Else, if he has not yet liked, we're going to show the heart icon that is not filled. So on click, we're going to trigger this function like post, which comes here. So if there's a session, continue, else navigate the user to sign in before he can like a post. So over here, we'll say if he has clicked the liked button, if it's true. If he has clicked it and it's showing red, that yes, the user has liked this. So if he clicks it again, we're going to delete the likes from that post. Else, if he hasn't clicked it already, we're going to set and make a like for that post. All right, so that's what we're doing here in the like button. So here now, we can click this and it will change to 1 and show the number of likes that this post have. If we click it again, it will unlike the post. So as you can see, very, very responsive. Okay, so we want to also create a delete functionality in the post so that user can delete a post if they want. I'm going to go to the top here. I've imported DB, so we're going to import storage. Then we're going to import delete object as ref. We're going to create an async function for deleting a post. So here, if the user clicks, triggers this function delete post, it will inform the user, are you sure you want to delete this post? And see if they click yes, true, we're going to delete the post from the database, and we're also going to delete the image from the database as well. Okay, so our trash icon, that's what we're heading for. Delete this, put this. So here we're making sure that the post does has an image before the user deletes. If not, it will have given us an error. So now we're going to use premium motion to show some effects on our application. So let's say npm install premium motion. So we're going to go to our styles, global CSS, and over here we're going to add another @apply here. So we'll delete this and add this. Just a few changes to it. So here it's done. So we're going to run our server again. It's going to come to our feed and post this. So in our post, we want to add framer motion to this. So let me just show you how it's going to work. So you can see, so that it has that effect of like appearing. So let's check it again. As you can see, just fades in and fades out easily. So we're also going to touch on our article. Let's go back to our news. We're going to edit this and just have a bit of differences. Nothing much, just edit it a bit. So it looks more clean. You can see. All right, so we're done with that. So on our widgets, we also want to add the animation. Let's go to our widgets. So over here, we want our animation to show. And I'm using So I'm also going to use motion here. Okay, so we've set up our primer motion on each of these pages now. So now we're going to install React Recoil. So I want us to close all these tabs first off. Okay, so I'm going to say J, I'm going to key this server, and going to search React Recoil. Get started. So installation, I'm going to copy this. Install this. So here we're going to create a new folder called Atom and a new file inside called modal. It paste this little bit of code for our default states, and in our components we're going to create a new folder file called comments modal. Okay. Then in our post, going to fetch this default states and have it open here. We're also going to create a new chat icon. Okay. We already have the chat icon set up. So icons. So our chat icon is here. I'm going to remove this and have a new one here, chat icon. So once we set click open, it will be set to open and we'll be able to see a small modal to be able to make comments. So now we need to also change the app. We need to put it in our underscore app with our importing Recoil roots from Recoil and wrapping it around our components here, just under our session. saving this. Perfect. Then in our index, we're going to pass this here. And put our comment modal just under widgets. Alright, so we can npm start this. Can we refresh this? Okay, so we can see here modal is open and closed, but we want to implement this further. So we're going to export another thing from our modal, post ID. Then we're going to go to our comment modal here, which is here showing modal is open or closed. We're going to import a lot of things here. Just some icon release states and our database, so we can fetch things from our database and also upload on our database. So we're also going to create some constants. Here we're going to create a new function, send comments. Here is our use effects for our post. So here we just have a modal that we're going to use to this import massive previous definition state already here. Import modal from React modal. Okay, we haven't installed React modal yet. Let's copy that. Let's kill this. Alright, so now we can run dev. And refresh this. Says can resolve moments. I still okay. I think I know what's the problem. Just kill this thing now. I think we won't have that issue again. I'm hoping we won't. If we don't have the issue, it means we've solved our problems. Wow. So yes, we have solved our problems. So you can see here, our modal box opens perfectly. So now let's go back to our post, which this, and where do we use that? Okay. So wow, it works now. A few seconds ago. Beautiful. So now we're going to go keep staying in our post, in our modal state that we get here. Modal state, we're also going to get our post ID states. So we're also going to set that here. And in our chat icon, our chat icon here, going to update it. So if we click, we check if there's a session. If not, let the person go and sign in. Else, we're going to set post ID to this and set open to this, so that we can get the ID of the post we're currently trying to comment on. Okay, so I'm back. Let us get the comment and also send it to the database. So our comment folder. So I'm also going to fetch some use router. We have our snapshots here that we get from Firestore. So we're going to get our doc Azo snapshots. Then our send comments. So here we're just adding the comment we're taking the post ID that we get from our use Recoil state, and we're creating a column comment on it, and then we're just inputting the comments, the name, user name, user image, and the timestamp. That's just what we're doing. So in our post, we also want to get the number of comments that a post has. So creating a use effect just to do that, to get the number of posts that number of comments that post has. Side, we're going to say flex 1 here, and our dots. Our dot reason here, we're just going to add a little bit more effects to it. And our chat icon. So we have a div before our chat icon, which is flex justify. Okay, so here we're showing the number of the comments post has. If it doesn't have any, it will be 0. If it's greater than 0, it will show the number of comments a post has. So now we want to create a post for the user. So we're going to go to our comments modal. So when the user sends a comment, we want to push them to the post. As you can see, we have our posts, and the post ID is dynamic. So we're going to go to our post here. Feed. So up here, we're passing the key, passing the post. We also need to pass the ID. The post ID. Alright, exactly. So come to our post. We have our use router set here. We now have our use router. And And then here we'll not only get post, we're also going to get ID. Here we can use our use router. So we don't need the post ID again, we just use the ID. Here we don't need the post ID, we just use the ID. So in our async function of like post, okay, we can just change this to ID. In our delete post as well, just use ID. And if post the data image, deletes image as well, and then push the user to the main page. This will stop error in case we don't get any data back, so that it doesn't come as undefined and then crashes our projects. So now we're going to create a new page. It's going to be post. New folder. ID. .js. Okay, so here we're just using the get side props to get the news and also fetch the random users so we can work with the widgets at the side. That's not an issue. Here we're getting we're passing it through here to pass it through the props. Here we're getting the ID so we can query and find the data for the posts, and then we'll simply just posting that. On our ID. So that's just what we're doing. Okay, comment model. Okay, so we're going to copy this use router so we can use it in our, which page didn't complain that it doesn't have comment model. We have router here. I have consent. Okay. And we just have 4. Now has 5, and we can see the details of the streets. What's this? Alright, so that is working now. So we need to get the comments from Firestore. So we need to create a new file in our components and title it comments. Just in our post ID, we need to display all those comments. So we're going to store our comments in the use state, and we're going to fetch all the comments immediately the page loads. This use effect, and we're going to display all those comments. Okay, we defined doc previously. Okay, so see the comments that we got. 5 comments. Let's go back. Okay, so had issues with fetch. Yeah, that's because our data was slow. Having issues with fetch because our data currently is very slow. Let me check what's wrong with it. It looks okay, but it isn't loading. Let's try and fetch Twitter, YouTube. Okay, let's see our this is connected. How come? Okay, so our data is currently on 3G, and that's why it is okay. So we get our comment here, but we're not using it. But we are over here. Why does this still give us this error? I included a file name. Okay, let's just leave this. Now we want to work on our comments so we can see our comments properly. Just try and reload this, and our internet is back. Okay, comments here. Let's see. Okay, so we can see the comment we just made here. So we're going to try and style our comment page more. So here's our comment page. So this is just about styling it better. Showing images, heart icon, and also liking it. So we're just doing the same thing we did for our posts to our comments. So let's reload this page. And why is it not reflecting? Let's come to our here. So using our comment. Let's go to our post, our comment modal. So with timestamp, we also want to include user ID as well. Person that is making the comments. We'll just put that there as long as we're getting our session. Perfect. So our post. E tag. Our post text, we're just allowing us to navigate to the post page from there. Let's go back. Refresh this. So on our P tag, when we show the text, and click on this and navigate to exactly the post. Image. Okay, so it's, if we click on the image as well, we can do the same thing. Then our post ID. Comment. Down to our comments. That doesn't work because I'm not using the right keyboard. Alright, so in our comments here, we get the key. We want to get more data. Comment, original post, comment ID as well, and the key. So we also want to be importing comments. So those are some sets. So let's see if this works much better. Perfect. So you can see GG's. I think the issue is from our comments rather than here. We're having a little bit of it exceeding its mark. So you can see the time is also showing on when we show the comments. Let's try and fix some of that in our comments. I think our network has issue again. We're on 4G, so why the issue? Why the issue? Okay, so our comment section, we have a little update on that. Okay, these are our comments. See if okay. And I'll post. We have changed. All right, so our application is working perfectly. As you can see, we can make posts. So can see, so everything is looking smooth and clean. So please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.